Alright, that opening clip was a little bit of a throwback for me. I've talked about this a little earlier, but in Demon Souls, whenever you'd invade somebody, this is back in like 09, 010 kind of thing, like 6 years ago, but you wouldn't even go after the host, you'd solely go after like the phantoms, and then, you know, once the host is by himself, you just like, not necessarily humiliate him, but just kind of toy with him a little bit, and that opening clip kind of really threw me back, because, you know, just rushing down that phantom as he was running away, as the host was trying to kill me, and then once it was 1v1, I mean, it was only a 2v1, so it wasn't that impressive or anything, but, you know, just, it was the fact that I got that double, like, drop down on the host, and then the other phantom that was summoned, I pretty much had him killed too. It was a pretty sweet, I mean, it's not anything impressive, I'm not trying to brag or anything, it just reminded me a lot of Demon Souls, but that aside, let's go ahead and take a look at today's video or today's weapon. We're going to be analyzing the Black Knight Glaive. Now, this is a weapon that has been requested before, but, you know, I took a little bit of a break. So now I'm back making Dark Souls content, you know, hyped up for that DLC, getting things, you know, situated. And, I mean, to be honest, this weapon, it's not too different than the Glaive, but there have been some developments with, you know, the way that obviously the PvP has progressed. And the Glaive, once a very top tier weapon, while it is still very good, great moveset, great combos, as you can see there, amazing ability to finish people off, deal high amounts of damage very quickly and very efficiently. One major drawback is that its standard R1 combo is very easily parryable. Check out this new tech. I started equipping this ring specifically for shield turtles when I was trying to do specific weapon analysis. If I run into like a shield turtle in a fight club and I didn't want to switch to the shotel, I decided to put on the knight's ring. But there you can see it in action. Unfortunately, we don't get the critical, but it is very effective actually against people who like to turtle up with a giant shield. Nonetheless, though, the Glaive, like I said, one of the major drawbacks is that while it does deal quick damage, it is like a medium type weapon. Like great swords to some extent, the startup animation is still kind of slow. Like I mentioned before, it's not really super fast, it's not really super slow, but it's kind of in that mid-range, and as a result, it kind of makes it easy to see coming and a little easier to parry. Now, where the Glaive really shines, and the Black Knight Glaive, you know, no exception, is rushing down, honestly. The Glaive isn't really something you want to play defensive with. The fact that it has some of the best range in the game for a medium-sized weapon, and the fact that it has a decent amount of hyper armor, makes it a weapon that can actually contest almost every single weapon. You've seen me already go up against heavy weapons, medium-sized weapons. Right here, I'm going up against Goddard Twin Swords. Made a mistake there by one-handing my weapon. I should have kept it two-handed and not really bothered with trying to go for the parry. And as a result, now I'm at this deficit. Nonetheless, though, you're going to see, again, the effectiveness of the Glaive. With the two-handed R1, it's still able to hyper-armor through attacks, small attacks, and come out on top. We knew that we were going to fish out the trade on that guy, come out on top. He's going to try to roll in on us again, and we know we can fish out the trade. Again, he's going to play that rolling game with a Goddard Twin Sword, so if he's rolling around us trying to fish out that hit, we know we can weapon armor through and kill him very easily. So it is still very effective against all different kinds of weapons, all different kinds of builds. Where you do have to be careful with it, though, obviously, like I mentioned, is when you see somebody parrying. And while it's not too hard to bait out parries, you know, sometimes it just takes that one misread or that one over-aggressive attack to get parried and, yeah, face the consequences of, you know, a Hornet Ring with, you know, a Dragon Slayer axe or something that does insane amounts of damage to you for basically one hit, which is kind of cheap. But it's in the game, so I'm not complaining. I mentioned this before. It's in the game, you know, just deal with it. Otherwise, just don't play the game. You know, don't always complain. There are always ways around things, always ways around tactics. You guys, if you watch my montages, you've known. You've seen the amount of backstabs I get on people trying to parry or punishing parries. And it doesn't work every time, of course, but, you know, it is quite effective still. Now, this fight club that I just was in there, absolutely insane how quickly we went through that. I think we went through like 4 or 5 opponents, but there was nobody left, so, you know, time to go home. I'm not going to wait for people to get summoned, and, you know, the host keeps getting, like, failed to summon and whatnot. But crazy stuff, very, very effective. Strangely enough, we get summoned to another fight club, and this one's a little bit more funny in terms of what happens. But this first matchup, again, going up against a great sword, you can see us being the aggressor in these fights. And like I said, that's where the Glaive really shines. The Black Knight Glaive, I mean, while it tends to be, or it looks actually shorter than the normal Glaive and other, you know, Glaive class weapons like the Dragon Slayer Sword Spear. I think that's what it's called. I can't even remember the names of the weapons, my god. But that two-handed has like a glaive-like attack. But this weapon actually does have deceptively long reach. And right there, I rightfully got punished for overextending and using all my stamina. That's why you never want to overextend yourself unless you're absolutely sure you're going to combo somebody or hit them. Because you're going to get punished really badly. Thankfully, though, this guy's weapon didn't like virtually no damage. I don't know if we had the shield ring on there or something and that mitigated a lot of the damage, but I got to go back and check the clip. But too late because I'm already talking over it. So moving on. It's extremely effective. I mean, the Glaive, it's still a good weapon. I don't think it's really all that top tier anymore, but it definitely has its good matchups. It can suffer a little bit against smaller weapons, especially when people pair it with a parrying shield or something. But overall, you know, if you're facing up against medium or heavy weapons, the Glaive can definitely fulfill its duty. And it's still effective against smaller weapons. It's just not going to be as effective. And this matchup right here, this was some crazy radical stuff. This guy's going to be teleporting and stuff on the screen. I don't even know what's going to happen right here. Check this out. Like, this guy's the chaos in this Fight Club was just crazy. This guy's literally moonwalking across the screen. Look at this. What is going on? What? My mind was blown at this point. I was just like, wow, what's going on? Like, look at this. I don't know. I don't know how to contest this. Like, this is the next level tactic. Like, once you reach a certain level in Dark Souls PvP, like, the game just starts like throwing things at you. Like, deal with this. It's like, what? And I'm gonna get hit like a few times. Like, you can't make a read on the lag sometimes. It's crazy. It's crazy. Look at that. Oh my god, the teleportation is real. Jeez, PS4 so OP with the lag stuff. Oh my god. And then, you know, we're dishing out random damage. I think I'm gonna get take damage randomly here. Look at that. Whoa, crazy stuff. I mean, honestly, I was just throwing out attacks. I wasn't really trying to like hit the guy because I knew, like, even though he's in front of me, my attacks probably won't hit him. So I'll just throw out random attacks at random times and see how it goes. And I think what happened, I think this guy ended up just giving up. I think he understood that he was lagging out hardcore. So thankfully, yeah, that just happened right there too. So yeah, this guy ends up running like right to the edge, and I was like, okay, because yeah, I'm sorry, I want to continue this Fight Club, because, you know, when we get into a Fight Club, we like to dominate the Fight Club until we have like no more resources left, or, you know, there's no more phantoms. So yeah. This next guy, I don't even remember this match. It's been a while since I recorded these clips, but, you know, it doesn't matter. So this guy is, oh yeah, okay, he's using the Tornado Sword. You know, it's the Nameless King Tornado Sword. I don't remember the exact name, but it makes a funny little tornado weapon art, which is kind of cute. And he's using a parrying shield. So this is one of these matchups where you think that the Glaive, or I think that the Glaive might suffer a bit. There you can see why. I mean, you can be very agile and just get out quick hits to punish whiffed Glaive attacks. But, I mean, at the same time, if you're good at reading your opponent and baiting your opponent out, you know, you can still use the Glaive very, very effectively against these kind of weapons. So understand your opponent's psychology, understand what they want to do, understand how they think they can approach you and counter it. It makes virtually every weapon not necessarily viable, because obviously some weapons suffer severely in the damage department, but it makes bad matchups a lot more manageable. And the same mentality, I mean, once you master the reads, master the spacing of certain weapons, you're going to see that dealing with, you know, what's considered top tier is actually not so hard. Like I mentioned in that washing pole video, like I mentioned in just random katana videos, straight sword videos, any Karthus curved sword, you know, anything. And you've seen it in countless clips, right? I keep talking about this because I really want to kind of defeat this notion that's kind of been around the Dark Souls community. And don't get me wrong, I mean, there's definitely stuff in this game that's better than other things, right? Like weapons, playstyles, stuff like that. I'm not saying that that's not true. What I'm saying is, you know, instead of complaining about something over and over again, find ways to beat it. You know, that's what, you know, human ingenuity is, right? That's what we're good at, finding a challenge and beating it. So I mean, in the Demon Souls community, there was way more broken stuff than this game. So everybody found a way around something. We just found ways to deal with it. Stun locking straight swords, stun locking pole weapons, firestorm knockdown infinite loops. All those things were prevalent in the first iteration of the Souls game, and we still loved PvP. We still absolutely loved it. We still played it, to no end, hours and hours on end. And this game is not nearly as bad. While there's definitely things that are good, they're not broken and they're not unbeatable. So there's definitely ways to beat things. You just got to find it. And like I said, you can make virtually, any decent weapon into a top weapon just by utilizing a counteractive playstyle or adapting your playstyle to suit that weapon. Like I mentioned before, great swords, very good at defensive playstyle. Glaives, very good at offensive playstyle. So these different kinds of things, try them out if you find yourself struggling, and let me know how it works. And let me know if these analyses do help you in developing as a player, because that's the main point of my channel and why I make the content that I do. I'm not always the most flashy person, obviously, right? It was kind of funny on my Great Knight Sword video when somebody mentioned that I don't know how to do the R1, R2 combo with the Black Knight Greatsword, and I wasn't good or something because I couldn't do it, where literally in the video I mentioned that it's not worth doing or not worth going for because it's inconsistent. The whole point in PvP is to find out what works and win. I mean, if you're having fun and you want to go for something, that's a different story. But if you want to learn and improve as a player, you're going to want to utilize proper tactics and not leave yourself open and vulnerable with things that are inconsistent, things that are going to get you killed, things that are going to get you punished, things that are going to put you at a disadvantage. You always want to have as many advantages in PvP as you can, because every little bit of advantage can count, whether that be a little bit of extra damage, a little bit of extra health, ring swapping, which was something that really came to the forefront in Dark Souls 2 in my opinion. All of those things can play a huge role. Now, this video is coming to an end, and I mean, I didn't really analyze the Black Knight Glaive all that much, but I mean, just as a quick summary, honestly, the R1 combo, you just have to be careful with being parried, otherwise it's very good. The weapon art is very good. The running R2 is surprisingly good. But other than that, I wouldn't really use the regular R2 all that much. As you see, I don't really use it. And one-handed, the weapon is way too slow, way too easy to react to, and way too easy to parry. So in my opinion, never use this weapon one-handed, always two-handed. Again, unless you just want to have a good time and don't care about, trying to win as much as my videos are. But yeah, that's pretty much the basic analysis of how you want to try to use a glaive. And like I said, if you're just utilizing a rushdown playstyle, given the reach and the speed of the glaive, especially with the running attack, you can definitely contest pretty much anything out there, especially with the hyper armor. It's extremely effective. But that is the video, guys. I mean, the witch hunt for this random phantom who tried to interrupt the duel is almost over, and after this I pretty much just go home. So I cut the clip off early because I just end up waiting for a bit and then going home. So instead of just keeping that in the clip, I just decided, yeah, I'll just cut it off. So let me know what you think, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed, and let me know what you want to see next, or if you want to see more invasions or something. I mean, I like doing invasions. I just figured, since most people do duels and that's where most of the action is, I'll just keep doing duels. Since when you invade somebody, as you saw in the beginning clip, while it is fun, it's, that guy that I invaded, he was not really the best player. He was obviously a story player, not a PvP player, so there's, it's fun, but I mean, it's not really anything to take pride in my opinion. But that is the video, guys. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Quantum is out.